Look, life is going to throw stuff at you. That's pretty much a guarantee, right? But what if the real secret, the thing that actually makes a difference, isn't about trying to dodge all those curveballs, but about getting really good at how you respond when they come your way? So today we're going to break down the playbook for building a truly resilient mindset. Let's just get one thing straight right from the get-go. Adversity isn't just a possibility, it's an inevitability. It doesn't matter who you are, what you do, setbacks are just part of the game. And, acknowledging that isn't about being negative or pessimistic. It's actually the very first step to preparing yourself to win. But here's the part that should get you excited. This is the real game changer. Mental toughness, it isn't some gift you're either born with or you're not. Nope, it's a skill. And just like any other skill, you can practice it, you can train it, and you can absolutely make it stronger. So let's get into the training. Okay, so to get through adversity, you first need a map, right? You need to know the terrain. So instead of seeing a setback as this sudden, terrifying dead end, what if we reframed it? What if we saw it as a cycle, a predictable process that we can actually learn to move through? And that's exactly what the adversity cycle is. All right, so this cycle, it breaks down into 4 really clear phases. You've got the shock, then the assessment, the action plan, and finally, the resilience gain. Just seeing it laid out like this, it's kind of powerful, isn't it? It takes all that chaos and confusion and turns it into a clear roadmap. It gives us back a sense of control. Okay, let's really dig into the actionable steps here. It all starts with phase 1, the shock. And the key here isn't to pretend you're not feeling it. It's about processing that emotion quickly so you can move on. Move on to the assessment. Now this is the critical pivot point. This is where you consciously stop asking, why me? And you start asking, okay, what can I do right now? That one little question is the fuel for your action plan, which is just a simple 72-hour strategy to get some small wins on the board. And then finally, you hit the resilience gain. This is where you look back and intentionally identify what you learned, banking that new strength for the next time.
So that's the big picture framework for when a major setback hits. But what about the day-to-day grind? How do we build that mental muscle every single day? Well, here are 3 super powerful, super practical techniques you can start using, like today.
All right, technique number 1. This is so simple, but it has such a profound impact. It's basically a little linguistic trick. It's all about adding one single word to your vocabulary that can completely reframe how you see everything. And this right here, this slide just perfectly captures that shift. Look at it. A fixed mindset says, I can't run a full mile, period, full stop. It's a dead end. But a growth mindset, it says, I can't run a full mile yet. See that? That one tiny word yet completely changes the game. It transforms a permanent brick wall into a temporary hurdle. It creates an opening, a possibility for progress. Okay, on to our second technique. Think of this one as a mental filter for anxiety and stress. Think about it. So much of our stress comes from just wasting our mental energy on things we have absolutely no influence over. This practice is all about reclaiming that wasted energy and pointing it where it actually matters.
And the exercise itself is super simple. Take any challenge you're facing and just draw 2 columns on a piece of paper. On one side, you're going to list all the uncontrollables. What a competitor does, a mistake you made in the past, the weather, stuff like that. You have to consciously release your energy from that list. Then you take 100% of your focus, all of it, and you pour it into the controllables column. Things like your effort today, your nutrition, your study schedule, your attitude. That's where your power is. That's the only place it's ever been. All right, our third and final technique. Now, this one might sound a little counterintuitive at first, but trust me, it is incredibly effective. It's the idea of voluntarily, deliberately, putting yourself in situations that are just a little bit uncomfortable. There's actually a name for this. It's called stress inoculation. And the best way to think about it is like a vaccine for stress. Seriously. By exposing your mind to these small, manageable stressors on purpose, you build up a tolerance. You're building a bank, if you will, of experience in handling pressure and regulating your emotions. So when a major unexpected crisis hits, and it will, you're not starting from scratch. You've already been training for this moment. And listen, this doesn't have to be some extreme, crazy thing. It can be as simple as taking a cold shower for 30 seconds, or volunteering for that public speaking opportunity at work that you always dread. Or maybe just committing to learning a really difficult new skill.
The point is, every single time you choose the slightly harder path, you're proving to yourself that you can, in fact, handle discomfort.
So, you see how this all fits together? When you combine that big picture framework, the adversity cycle, with these daily training techniques, the ultimate goal just becomes so clear. This isn't about just gritting your teeth and surviving hardship. It's about using adversity as actual fuel. Fuel to become stronger than you ever were before.
You know, I love this quote because it just gets right to the heart of what true resilience really is. It has nothing to do with being invincible or never getting knocked down. That's not realistic. It's all about the recovery. It's about having the grit to get back on your feet just one more time.
So, if there's one thing you take away from all this, let it be this. The setback itself does not define you. What defines you is what you choose to build on the way back up. The fall, that just provides the raw materials. Your resilience, that's what you create with them.
And that leaves us with one final, very important question for you. Don't wait for a crisis to start your training. Start now. Think about it right now. What is one small, deliberate discomfort you are going to face today to start building that resilient mindset?